Hey everyone, city explorers. If you're planning a trip to the United Kingdom's capital, London offers tons of amazing things to see. From royal palaces to modern skyscrapers, this city is an awesome blend of history, culture and innovation just waiting to be discovered. Today we'll take you to the top 20 must-see places in London, the ones that will make your trip truly unforgettable. Ready? Let's go. Let's start our journey at Buckingham Palace, the Queen's official residence in London. This grand palace, with its impressive facade and guards in uniform, is a must-see. Don't miss the famous changing of the guard, a show of military precision. It's an experience that will take you back in time. Our next stop is Tower Bridge, one of the most famous bridges in the world. With its Gothic towers and clever lifting mechanism, it's one of London's most famous symbols. I recommend visiting the glass walkway for a breathtaking view. A stone's throw from Tower Bridge, we find the historic Tower of London, a medieval castle that played a key role in English history. Here, within the ancient walls, you can immerse yourself in fascinating stories of kings, queens, famous prisoners, and even ghosts. Don't miss the legendary crown jewels, a true treasure. To admire London from a completely different perspective, let's hop aboard the London Eye, Europe's tallest Ferris wheel. From here you can enjoy a 360-degree view of the city, admiring the most famous landmarks from a unique vantage point. At night, the city lights up, creating a magical and romantic spectacle, perfect for a Notting Hill-style declaration of love. Our journey now takes us to Big Ben, the most famous clock in the world, and the Palace of Westminster, home to the British Parliament. Imagine the deep sound of Big Ben marking time and history. The Palace of Westminster, with its Gothic architecture, it's one of the symbols of British democracy. A short walk from the Palace of Westminster, we find Westminster Abbey, one of the most important places in London. This magnificent Gothic church has been the scene of royal coronations, weddings and burials for over 1,000 years. Imagine the feeling of walking through the naves where kings and queens have been crowned and where famous people like Isaac Newton and Charles Dickens are buried. After so many emotions, it's time to relax in Hyde Park, one of the most famous royal parks in London, kind of like a British version of Central Park. Imagine strolling along the Serpentine Lake, having a picnic on the green grass, or renting a rowboat to enjoy some peace and quiet, just like in a Jane Austen novel. For an alternative experience, I'll take you to Camden Town, a neighbourhood famous for its lively markets, street art and underground music scene, a true paradise for vintage and alternative lovers. Imagine getting lost among the colourful stalls, discovering unique and vintage items, listening to live music, and breathing in a vibrant and unconventional atmosphere, a unique experience. Trafalgar Square is the beating heart of London, a place full of history and life, a bit like Piazza del Popolo in Rome. Here you can admire Nelson's Column and the National Gallery, one of the most important art museums in the world, a real treasure chest of art. Piccadilly Circus is the meeting point of London, famous for its bright signs, theatres and vibrant atmosphere, a bit like Times Square in New York. Imagine walking among the sparkling lights, watching a show in the West End. Piccadilly Circus is the perfect place to experience London by night and get carried away by the city's energy. Covent Garden is a charming neighbourhood, famous for its street performers, boutiques and outdoor cafes. Covent Garden Market is a lively covered market, a paradise for shopping and food lovers. Stroll through the cobblestone streets, listening to the music of street performers and shopping in trendy boutiques. Enjoy a coffee in one of the many cafes with outdoor seating. Covent Garden is the perfect place for a relaxing afternoon and a vibrant atmosphere. Don't miss a unique street performance, an unforgettable experience. The Natural History Museum is a must-see for adults and children alike, with one of the largest collections in the world dedicated to natural history. Imagine admiring the famous dinosaur skeleton in the main hall, exploring the rooms dedicated to animals, dinosaurs, minerals, and the history of evolution. A fascinating and educational place, perfect for a day of discovery. Don't forget to visit the section dedicated to minerals and precious gems. A true spectacle of nature. The British Museum is another must-see London attraction, with a collection of artifacts that tell the story of humanity. A bit like the Vatican museums in Rome, imagine admiring the Rosetta Stone, which allowed us to decipher Egyptian hieroglyphs, discover the Egyptian mummies, explore the rooms dedicated to ancient Greece, and many other civilizations. An experience that will enrich you culturally. St. Paul's Cathedral is one of the most impressive religious buildings in London, with its majestic dome dominating the city skyline, a bit like the Duomo in Florence. Imagine entering the cathedral, admiring the beauty of the Baroque interior, climbing the 560 steps to the top of the dome. St. Paul's Cathedral is a place of great beauty and spirituality that will leave you breathless. Don't miss the chance to visit the crypt. The view from the top of the dome is spectacular. For a modern and unforgettable experience, I'll take you to the Shard, the tallest skyscraper in Europe. Hop aboard one of the high-speed elevators and reach the viewing platform at 244 meters high. Enjoy a 360-degree view of London, admiring the most famous landmarks. If you're looking for a quiet corner away from the hustle and bustle of the city, Little Venice is the perfect place. A bit like the Navigli in Milan, but in a British version. This picturesque area of London is famous for its tree-lined canals, colourful houseboats and relaxing atmosphere, an oasis of peace in the heart of the metropolis. Madame Tussauds Wax Museum is a fun and original attraction, perfect for the whole family, a bit like the Wax Museum in Rome. Imagine meeting the wax statues of your favourite celebrities, taking pictures with historical and modern figures, entering the world of cinema and music, a fun and original experience. Take a trip to Greenwich, a neighbourhood rich in history and charm, located a few kilometres from central London, a bit like the Gianicolo in Rome. Here you can discover the famous Prime Meridian, the imaginary line that divides the world into two hemispheres, a place full of history and charm. Art lovers can't miss the Tate Modern, one of the most important modern and contemporary art galleries in the world, a bit like the Maxi in Rome. Located in a former power station on the south bank of the Thames, the Tate Modern houses works by world-renowned artists such as Picasso, Dali, Warhol and many others. A true temple of modern and contemporary art. We end our journey at Regent's Park, one of London's most iconic royal parks, famous for its beautifully manicured gardens and fountains. Inside the park you'll also find London Zoo, one of the most popular attractions for adults and children alike. Imagine admiring exotic animals from all over the world and learning about wildlife. And here we are at the end of our journey through the wonders of London. I hope this virtual tour has inspired you to visit this amazing city and discover for yourself all that it has to offer. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more fantastic trips and adventures. Until the next adventure, goodbye.